Now talking about the down cell and the extraction of sodium metal. Okay, what is the down cell? We're talking about S block elements chapter 3 of second year chemistry for Ecat. So sodium, or basically all the alkali and alkaline earth metals, are extracted from their compounds by the technique of electrolysis. We have to do electrolysis to take them out from their extraction compounds. For sodium extraction, from NaCl molten, we separate it from NaCl to make sodium separate. We use the down cell process. Okay, what we are doing in the down cell is calcium chloride. You have to remember all these points what I'm telling to you and nothing other than this, because theory is not that important, but only the points, only the things which are being used for this process. So calcium chloride, okay, is added as impurity. Though this can be your MCQs, that what impurity is added in the down cell. Okay, why it is added? To reduce the melting point. To reduce the melting point of NaCl. What we use? Calcium chloride. From which temperature? From 800 degrees centigrade to 600 degrees centigrade. Okay, so calcium chloride decreases the temperature and the melting point of NaCl to 600 degrees centigrade. Sodium chloride is formed, means is not, when we extracted sodium chloride, is in bulk quantity from the seawater. So the impurities like chlorides of magnesium and calcium are removed by treatment with NaOH and Na2CO3. We use NaOH, Na2CO3 are being used to remove the impurity. Impurities, what are the impurities? Chlorides of magnesium. Impurities like chlorides of magnesium. This is the treatment, okay? We're doing treatment for NaCl. So the sulfates of magnesium and calcium, these are the chlorides of magnesium, and the sulfates of magnesium are removed by the barium chloride. Chlorides of magnesium are removed with NaOH and NO2CO3 sodium carbonate, while for barium chloride is used to remove the impurities of sulfates of magnesium. Okay, these things you have to remember for your ECAT test in the down cell process. Now the sodium chloride is used then what we have extracted is then used for the preparation of sodium metal, chlorine gas, sodium hydroxide, sodium carbonate, sodium hypochlorite, and sodium chloride. All these are the uses what we have extracted sodium chloride. We can make any of them. Okay. The next is ammonia solvay process. Sorry for downsell, I forgot to tell you about the cathode and the anode used in the downsell. It can also be your question in ECAD. Iron or copper as an cathode, and as anode graphite is used for the downsell. Okay, this is it. While uses of sodium metal are uses are also important as a reducing agent in a laboratory. Okay, this is the first use, or it is also used for the manufacturing of sodium vapor lamp, making tetra ethyl lead, and anti-knocking agent in petrol. These all are the uses for the sodium metal. Now we are talking about the manufacturing of sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate is obtained by ammonia solvay process. Process name is ammonia solvay process. What to know about this process is that what first of all, what is the second name of sodium carbonate? Washing soda. They can also use this name in place of sodium carbonate, washing soda. Now I'm starting with the brine solution. Raw material is brine. Raw material used is brine, and what saturated solution of NaCl, and ammonia gas obtained from NH4Cl. NH4Cl. Okay, and also calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is used. Calcium carbonate also called limestone. I'm writing it down. Limestone. Why we use calcium carbonate? For preparation of carbon dioxide. Okay, CO2. These all are the things used. What I'm repeating, raw material is the brine, then the saturated solution of NaCl used, and the ammonia gas obtained from NH4Cl. We are using NH4Cl, and the calcium carbonate is used for the preparation of carbon dioxide, CO2. Okay, these all are the things used for the process, the reactions. Then after this, solvay tower. This is not relevant. The rest is not so important because that cannot be in your MCQs, that the all about carbonating tower and the solvay tower and all the process, then the quicklime and NH4Cl is obtained, and after they are being separated. So it's not that important for your ECAD. The important things after it this is uses. Use of Na2CO3. Okay. What are the use? Manufacture of water glass. Use in manufacturing of the water glass. Okay. And soap. It's called washing soda is also for surf which we use for washing clothes, paper, detergents, detergents and chemicals. Chemicals like sodium hydroxide and all. It is also used as a water softener. Used as a water softener. Okay. As it precipitates calcium ions from water, which are the main cause of water hardness. So it removes the water hardness from the water also. So this is the also a use of sodium carbonate. So the next most important manufacturing is about sodium hydroxide from caustic soda. How we are obtaining sodium hydroxide? By the electrolysis. So sodium chloride solution on electrolysis, sodium sodium hydroxide NaOH, okay, is obtained by the electrolysis of, we are doing electrolysis of NaCl, sodium chloride. Okay. So in the Kesnel-Kellner process, first we are taking sodium chloride solution in the electrolysis. We are doing electrolysis in the primary cell and using what are the anode and cathode. These are the important. Anode as titanium metal, and cathode as mercury. Okay, we are also calling it mercury cell. So mercury is cathode and titanium as anode. And when after passing this through the titanium anode, sodium metal is formed at the mercury cathode, which form an amalgam. Amalgam is formed at mercury cathode. Okay, then amalgam is sent to the denuder. So where it is decomposes to form hydrogen gas and hydrogen gas with the sodium hydroxide. Then we separate it by doing dryness in the whole product. So to separate the sodium hydroxide separately. What are the uses? Caustic soda or NaOH is used to manufacture soap, manufacture of soap, and soap, paper, purification of bauxite, then also for petroleum products. These all are the uses of caustic soda, NaOH. Manufacturing of soap, paper, purification of bauxite for petroleum products, use as a bleaching and dyeing in textile industries, for also for the production of rayon and in the mercerizing of cotton. Okay, mercerizing of cotton. So these are the different terms. Talking about Epsom salt first. What is the Epsom salt? It is basically magnesium sulfate heptahydrate. its original name is this. Its chemical formula is MgSO4.7H2O. It's basically a crystalline solid. Okay. Further characteristics are it is also soluble in water, is a crystalline white solid. Okay. And it's also transparent. And the most important things are its uses. What its uses? Used in ceramics, paper, soap, cement industries. Okay. And then also for medicines. The second use is purgative medicines, and also used in for mild purgative and weaving cotton clothes. Weaving of cotton clothes. This is all from the term of Epsom salt. Now, the next term is gypsum salt. What is gypsum salt? Its formula is CaSO4 2H2O. The formula is very important. Its name is calcium sulfate, calcium sulfate dihydrate. This is the formula and this is the name. How we prepare gypsum salt. It is prepared by the treatment of calcium metal and calcium oxide and calcium hydroxide and calcium carbonate with concentrated sulfuric acid. All the mixtures combine to form calcium sulfate. Its properties are it is also white crystalline solid. White crystalline solid. What is crystalline solid? Crystalline solid is a solid which is very strong. There we have studied about the crystalline solid and the amorphous solid. They have a fixed structures. Okay. This is also sparingly soluble in water. Sparingly means sometimes soluble in water. It causes permanent hardness. Causes permanent hardness in water. Okay. The formula. This is not important for Ecat, but I'm writing it for you just for information. It's not important. Okay. It cannot be in your MCQs. CaSO4 plus H2O. So this is the calcium sulfate. Now talking about its uses. What are the uses? Calcium sulfate dihydrate, common name as gypsum, we know this. Preparation of cement. Okay, first use. The second use is for the preparation of plaster of Paris. What is plaster of Paris? Whenever you have a fracture, the bandage is made up of plaster of Paris, that white bandage, okay? That is called plaster of Paris. This is hard, a hard like solid. So these are the uses, and also for the plastering of walls, calcium sulfate is used or gypsum salt is used. Now we will be talking about plaster of Paris separately. What is plaster of Paris and how we obtain it. So this is the name, chemical name for the plaster of Paris, calcium sulfate, the same what we have learned as gypsum salt. That is called calcium, gypsum salt is called calcium sulfate dihydrate and it's called Hemi, CaSO4 1 upon 2 H2O. This is the formula for plaster of Paris. And CaSO4 2 H2O formula for IPS, gypsum salt. Okay, so please don't merge both the formulas. From gypsum salt, we can make plaster of Paris. How? By heating it 100 degrees centigrade. So the water of crystallization transformed into the plaster of Paris. So this is how we can make from gypsum salt plaster of Paris into plaster of Paris. Okay. Its chemical name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Its formula is CaSO4 1 upon 2 H2O. What are its uses? Talking about its uses, it is used in the sorry, manufacturing of sulfuric acid, sulfuric acid, manufacturing of cement, okay, and also that what I've told you before, also in the manufacturing of or used as molds in surgery and castings. And also used in different type of molds. Plaster of Paris also used in different type of molds to make molds. Last chapter number 3 as block elements is bleaching powder. So bleaching powder chemical name is calcium chlorohypochloride. This is the chemical name. This is the chemical formula CaOCl2.H2O. This is the chemical formula for bleaching powder. Bleaching powder is the commercial name. So how it is being manufactured? We manufactured bleaching powder by treating slake lime with the chlorine gas. What is slake lime? If I write its chemical equation, slake lime is CaOH2 calcium hydroxide plus chlorine gas Cl2. It will make bleaching powder CaOCl2 plus H2O. Okay, so this is the chemical equation for the preparation of bleaching powder. So what are the uses? I'm talking about the uses. It uses sterilization. First of all, the main use for the sterilization of drinking water, the main important uses and very important for the MCQs too. Sterilization of drinking water. Clean up the water. Okay. Number 2, for bleaching of cotton, paper pulp, and in the preparation of chlorine gas, paper pulp and preparation of chlorine gas, we can, how we are manufacturing it with the chlorine gas, and also from bleaching powder we can also separate chlorine gas. Also chloroform can also be manufactured from bleaching powder, etc. like this. Also used as disinfectant and germicide. This is also used as germicide for killing the germs and for infection of diseases. It's also used as disinfectant. Okay. It is also a white amorphous powder with a smell of chlorine. Okay, if this can be your MCQs and there will be a blank in front of this, is a what is a white amorphous powder with a smell of chlorine? So you will be selecting bleaching powder. So that's it from the chapter number 3, second year chemistry. We have covered all the topics regarding ECAT aptitude test preparation. Thank you. Please share and subscribe.